Tony, the last time I seen you, you were telling me how and I seen you when you fought in San Diego, and you were saying, my coach was just telling me to smile, relax, go out, have fun. And for the first, you weren't losing at any point, but then at like the 10-minute, like a little later in the fight, I don't know if it was 10 minutes, but you started to smile and really take over. Is that because you started to feel comfortable? How can you just start that way, or is it something you need to pick up the steam for?
No, it's just having fun inside there. And obviously it's a fight. It's hard to go and relax into a fight. So if you get smacked a couple times in there, you know, a lot of fighters, they wake up and they go into it. As far as me, I like to stay composed. I'm a technical fighter, and as long as I stay composed, it gives me time to think what my next actions are going to be, or what my opponent, his moves are going to be. The composure game is crazy, and when you guys get to see me out there smiling, that means I'm having fun. You guys are going to see some more cool moves coming out when I'm smiling, and that's just me having fun and being loose out there. And I think that's an appreciation of my coach. I want to say thank you to him, because he's the one that brought back having fun into the MMA.
And now, everyone's probably asked you 1,000 questions about Edson Barboza. I mean, for a while, that was just two rhinos hitting heads. Did you feel like he's breaking? He's breaking. Just like a wrestling. You're like, I'm breaking. I had 2 points, 2 points. Did you feel it?
Absolutely. During the whole entire time, score, time, and position are the three things that I always worry about. Score. Are you behind in the score? How much time is left on the clock? And position. You need to know where you're at all times inside that octagon. You're on the cage, you're on the floor, it doesn't matter. Can you see the other opponent's coaches? Can you hear your own coaches? These are all different types of things that go into it. And you know, with Barboza, we both knew that it was going to be a big Muay Thai battle. It was going to be punches and elbows, knees and kicks. And we knew he was going to have some spinny Taekwondo style versus my hardcore new Muay Thai style. You know, my shins and elbows are deadly. And what he thought he was going to bring to the table is what you guys got. It was a war. And it was a bloody war at that. We're going to try to make the next ones not so bloody.
Now, when we talked here, a lot of people didn't know, you're like, I was a tech wrestler. You get the mat time. Now that you've got the mat time in the UFC, what is 2016 for you? Because, I mean, you've blew everyone's doors open in 2015.
As far as 2016, I always said that I wasn't always for the quickest pin. You know, we just saw McGregor go out there for the fastest knockout. That's always a good goal, to go out there and try to break some records like that. But right now, I have the most winningest record right now for 7. What sounds better than 7? Let's go for 8. What sounds better than 10-1? 11-1. These are all different things that I look at. You want to know who's next in front of me is Team Khabib. He's right there. He's going to be 22-3. That's what it's going to be. So in preparation for all of this and for next year in 2016, you guys need to be prepared for some new moves. My coaching is going to be picking up well. My academy is going to be opening up as well. And I'm just going to be throwing out my whole mixed martial arts plethora out there for everyone else to learn.
And you're super, I don't want to say quiet, but it's confident. What do you got to, I mean, now you got Conor moving up. What do you got to do to bid to get that fight? Do you got to tear an Irish flag and burn it? Or what is that on your agenda? When you see guys shift around, do you think, oh, good.
This is how I said it. The way that I'm approaching this game is different than anybody else. It's a marathon, not a sprint. These other fighters rushing to get there, it's great for them, it's good for them, but that's not my bag. My bag is to go out there and pick every one of them apart. So when I do get to the top, there will be no contest. There will be no dodging other fighters. They will be saying, oh, man, I don't want to fight him. No, can he retire yet? You know, Tony, are you going to retire yet? They said that about Anderson Silva. He was the GOAT. In order to be the GOAT, you have to beat everybody in the division, and you have to make them fear you. That's what I'm doing. Now, if Conor decides to move out of division, we obviously know where his head's at. He's scared of me. So that being said, I think 155 pounds is the most incredible division. It's stacked with the most incredible athletes. I happen to be one of them. And with Conor being able to come up to 155 pounds, I think these guys at 170 need to drop back down. I think these heavyweights need to take a consideration to come down to here. Pound for pound, 155 pounds has always been the weight class, the Shark Tank. And these guys are fish. These guys are Nemo compared to me. And they're my food, and they're going to get eaten up.
Now you talk about divisions. They do look thin. Like you look at heavyweight, one guy pulls out and all of a sudden we're like, who do we got? Could you go up a weight class if they asked you tomorrow? You can't go down. I mean, you're a big dude.
Absolutely. I won the Ultimate Fighter at 170 pounds. I knocked everyone out. The first Ultimate Fighter in history to knock everyone out at 170 pounds. Dana White said, would you like to go to 155? And I said, not really. But I had a catch weight at 158 pounds, and we decided as a family, my wife and I, that it would be a great opportunity. So if I needed to go back up a weight class and take over that division, that is always an option. I did start there. I have over 10 fights, probably 11 fights, I think, at 170 pounds. I'm more than capable of handling all these guys. Wrestling in college, being a captain of a wrestling team, you have to be able to go through the entire weight class. And that's why I can move up a weight class.
Now, I just want to ask your personal opinion, because you've wrestled and you've done all the fighting. You see fights like Dillashaw and Cruz, and everyone comes down and is like, oh, he should have won, he should have. What do you think? I have a firm belief to be the champ, to beat the champ. When you see these fights, like you're saying, Anderson was the man, but he lost. He didn't lose by decision, he lost. Do you think of that, to be the champ, you beat the champ mentality?
You have to have the champ mentality. But as far as like the glam and the lights and the cameras and the action, you can get so caught up into it, and I see a lot of these athletes do it. Whereas myself, I've stayed low pro, and I've been humbled before. And I've been to the top, and I've been to the bottom. So I like to stay pretty chill and be a mentor for these other guys that are coming up and be like, you know what, you're gonna get heckled on. You're gonna get the fans that like you and don't like you, and then later on they're gonna love you. Why? Because for us, obviously the fight game that's important to me. That's my lifestyle, that's my career, and it's much more than just a sport to me. So if I'm passionate about something, of course you guys are gonna hear and see everything and feel that I feel. You know, I'm a slight introvert as far as my mixed martial arts is concerned, so I like to paint a picture for all of you out there. It's like, what is he feeling afterwards? What kind of celebration is he doing? Is it one of those ones where it looks over embellished, or is it one of those heartfelt ones where you're just like, holy shit, that was an incredible fight? And that's when you see those, that's the kind of battle. Afterwards, I can go home and put my head down and actually go to sleep good because I had a good fight like that.
And last question would be, most people haven't been in the fight like your last one. Give me a personal, how'd your wife handle it? How'd you handle it? How did your mom handle it when she's seen the blood and there's blood? Did everyone go, Jesus, he needs to do work somewhere else?
No, they never say that. They just said it was bloody. Preferably try not to do that next time. But it's always a battle, and my family has seen me compete for years. I've played football, baseball, and wrestling. I'm tough. And I've excelled all the way up to the toppest level of the sports and have won. And so I know how to win, I know how to lose. And as far as even battling being hurt or going into battle being hurt, that's so much less that I could say than any of our military that go out there and do all the other stuff. So I think when these guys, they actually they break a rib or pop a rib and they can't fight, I do that. I've sprained stuff, I've fractured things, and I go into the fight no matter what. So it's a big mental game. I call it mental toughness. And you have to have it, and as me being a wrestler and coming from the Midwest a little bit, I think that made me a little bit more tough. And I'm here to make this division a lot more tough.
Thank you so much, man. Love seeing you fight.